Hi guys, Henry here. So today I want to talk about a very controversial topic, and that is investing in property in China. So if you're an expat, you're living in China, or you're looking to go there, you may be considering to invest in Chinese property or buy Chinese property to live there. Today I just want to go over quickly why I don't think that is a good idea and what are some of the cons of it. Firstly, I do know a lot of people that have invested in Chinese property in the mid 2000s, early 2000s, prior to the Olympics. They've done very well out of Chinese property, especially in cities like Beijing and Shanghai where they've invested. So it's not all that. And also the pros are there is cities, third tier cities that are still growing in China. Cities next to Beijing, Tianjin, in Shanghai, you've got Suzhou, that do still have growth potential and have some slight value in real estate. But if you look at my blog or read it, I believe that there's better value in Asia, in other places in the region, Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, a lot better value. So why wouldn't you invest in property in China? One is the Chinese always own the land, so it's at least from the Chinese government for 99-year lease. They always have permission to take it back if they want to. With the buildings, they can always say, look, we're going to take it back, we're going to give you a lower price. It does happen, especially if they're looking to build some railway projects, or they have some other kind of inventions for that. So that's one aspect. Two is the quality of the housing. Now this is getting better, but when I lived in China, they had a house that was 8 years old at the time. It was very depleted. It wasn't the best quality. The lifts always broke, the taps always broke. It was a middle class Chinese house, and it constantly had problems and just looked very depleted. So if you are investing, it won't last new for long and they'll have a lot of problems. It's very common. Just go on YouTube and see the falling houses falling down in cities like Shanghai, for example. They do have problems with a lot of the housing in China. Thirdly is the cost. There's a lot better value for the cost of China, especially in the first tier cities like Shanghai, Beijing. Per square meter, they're costing what you would pay in somewhere around Singapore, for example, in some areas of London. So it just doesn't validate it. If property is in relation to the GDP and what the per capita income of that place is per person, that has a lot less per capita income of places like Singapore and London. Also lastly is the GDP of China and the way it's going. If you were to invest in the early 2000s, it had 10% growth. It was growing at an exceptional rate. Now it seems to have slowed down somewhat, even by its own figures that are somewhat misleading. It's 6 to 7% at a push, maybe looking more real at 4% Chinese growth. So it's slowing down. It doesn't have that hyper growth that it used to in the early 2000s. So they're my reasons why I don't think China is a good place to invest in property. Let me know if you think alternatively or what your thoughts are. Thanks guys, cheers, bye.